put a lot of pressure on him. May not be as graceful, but he's going to do what he has to do to put a lot of pressure in the late rounds.
Think that'll be uncomfortable for Cotto, or do you think it'll play into his hands because of his faster hand speed?
I don't know. I think Ndou is a much stronger opponent than he's ever fought. Physically, I think, mentally also. And as the fight goes on, he's going to apply more and more pressure on him physically and mentally.
You here see the second sequence in a row in which Ndou pressures Cotto against the ropes. This time, Cotto deciding to return fire, but previous to that, he just moved away. Now Ndou lands a hard right hand to Cotto's chin, and Cotto decides he wants to answer back. Cotto, a disciplined body puncher. And there's another uppercut by Ndou.
This is good stuff here from a young
developing prospect.
Well, he's more than a developing prospect. I think he's a young, experienced pro against an old pro who still has some youth in him, still some ambition, still trying to make something of his career.
Well, what a spirited opposition is being provided by Lovemore Ndou, who's not afraid to trade with Cotto, even though every time they do trade, it appears that Miguel's the harder puncher.
Cotto looks much.
Alexander and the other cornerman in Lovemore Ndou's corner allowed him to blow his nose into the towel. Will that accelerate the swelling from Cotto's shots?
Yeah, that's the one thing that they tell you. Definitely, if you have any injury to your eyes or anything, you don't blow your nose because it causes it to swell up more.
Well, we'll see what happens. Harold, how do you have it through three?
Okay, Jim, 29-28, 2 rounds to 1, Miguel Cotto. You know, Jim, in the first round, I thought he started very slow. I tell you, he just, I don't know, he was very slow. And he just picked up the pace in rounds 2 and 3. Those left hooks to the body are just vicious. You know, at the end of the round, a judge has to decide who's doing more damage. Let's face reality. In rounds 2 and 3, Cotto did more damage. 29-28, 2-1, Cotto.
Certainly hadn't taken the wind out of Ndou's sails yet, as Ndou continues to attack as though he's pretty secure about being in the fight.
A lot of those body shots that Cotto is throwing, it looks real good. For the most part, Ndou has been smothering him. He hasn't been caught with most of those shots. You can catch him on the elbows or angling his body to the point where he can't get right there, where he doesn't get hit clean.
Doesn't it wear you down over the long haul, even if you're catching those shots on the elbows and the arms?
Especially when the guy that's fighting is weighing as much as he weighs, and even just a pound blocking with the elbow still wears you down.
Maybe the question that Ndou wants to ask of Cotto is whether he can fight at this pace for 10, 11, 12 rounds, which he really hasn't been asked before.
That's right, and Ndou had a very good fast-paced fight with Sean Mitchell, so he knows he can do that.
This fight is scheduled for 12 rounds. Cotto has been into the 11th against Cesar Bazan a little more than a year ago, but that's the longest distance he's ever gone.
Let's go.
This is one of the things that body punches do. Increasingly, Lovemore Ndou is throwing one punch at a time instead of throwing combinations.
Yeah. Right at this stage, right, most of the power punches are coming from Cotto. He's putting them together. He hasn't been able to penetrate, find that one good clean punch yet to the body, out to the head. But if he gets to keep punching just a numbers game, sooner or later he's going to have to start connecting. And his stamina looks tremendous. He's not even breathing.
Who's not breathing?
Cotto.
I hope he's breathing a little bit.
Oh, he caught Ndou flush with that straight left hand through the guard. Ndou comes back with a big right hand upstairs. Cotto goes back to the body. Big right hand by Ndou. Cotto takes it well and starts to fire away with the left hook again. 5 straight punches by Cotto. Make it 6. 7. Now Ndou finally fires a looping right hand. Cotto blocks the left to the body, comes back with a right and a left of his own, fires another 4-punch combination. Out of 80, 34%. That's better than anybody has done against Cotto before. Cotto, 45 out of 169, so he's more than doubled Ndou in the number of power punches thrown. Partially that's because of what I told you in the last round. Cotto fires in combination, Ndou more frequently one punch at a time.
I have the sense that Ndo's power punches are more armed punches.
Yeah, he's not as compact
than Cotto's
yes.
is.
Cotto's are definitely much more powerful puncher, precision and power. Whereas Ndo's is more with the arm.
Yeah, eye-catching right hand to the side of the head by Ndou.
Well, if Cotto comes through this with a victory, he will have proven himself ready to take on the best fighters in the division. But this is a long way to go.
Cotto and Floyd Mayweather Jr. are both promoted by Bob Arum and Top Rank. It is the dream of Top Rank executives that Cotto and Mayweather simply go through the 140-pound division together until there's nobody left but them, and they fight each other.
That would be a great fight.
Might be coming sooner rather than later.
The way Cotto restarts himself, moves, shows that he's a multi-dimensional, has unusual poise for a young fighter in the ring, good footwork.
Get him up, get him up. Are you okay? You okay? Okay.
Ndou is now concentrating on his most effective punch, which has been his left jab. And in fact, that's his only power punch. What I can see for the most part, there's more power in his jab than he does his right hand or left hook.
Because he wings those shots so
Yes.
wide that they lose power on their way to the target.
Yes, and the jab he shoots straight.
It's hard to keep any weight behind a punch when you throw it wide of your body and let it loop.
Ndou is now trying to bait, trap, or set a trap for Cotto to throw the right hand, tucking his chin under his
And at this stage,
shoulder.
this style has been effective. It's the most effective style that he's used to fight. By shooting that little stiff
And he
up.
tried three or four different things.
Yeah, his up jab from an angle that he shoots is very effective, and it seems to be bothering Cotto right now.
Got in a good hard left to the body, and Cotto looked at referee Tony Weeks as if to say that one was low, and Weeks agreed.
No, stop,
Well, it's the sign of an experienced fighter and a versatile fighter that he can find 2 or 3 different ways to try to deal with an opponent.
And he's having success this round so far.
Ndou has some of the creativity of a fighter named Howard Eastman, whom we've seen at 154 and 160. Like Ndou.
Time he said that shot to the body really hurt him. Instead of saying go to the body, he says that shot hurt him.
Now Cotto comes out in a southpaw stance to begin this round.
Well, that just shows that the style that Ndou used the last round has been very effective and is troubling him, and he can't get his rhythm back together now, so he's trying something himself different.
And now he steps out of the southpaw stance back into a conventional stance, so it lasted fewer than 20 seconds.
Stop.
Trying to see if all of these changes rattle a young fighter.
Well, I tell you what, that left jab is finding his target with a lot of regularity at Cotto's left eye right now.
Keep your head up.
Cotto's left eye beginning to swell, and he hasn't faced that kind of difficulty in any fight before.
Oh, come on, stop. Come on, keep your head up now, come on.
If Ndou could shorten up his right hand the way he's shortening up his jab, he would be okay.
Ndou almost went down. Managed to stay upright somehow. He landed a couple good shots, but then Cotto saw the vulnerability and has gone after the body and the head. 2 good uppercuts by Ndou. Cotto comes back with an uppercut of his own. And a hard right hand across the top. And now a big left hook backs Ndou off.
This is a beautiful sequence by Cotto.
Cotto has the ideal body and short punches for getting into the pocket and working inside.
Yeah, very good, accurate puncher. A lot of power in those precision punches, too. But sooner or later, just one little gap where the guy has his hand in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he can connect. And then once he catches next with a guy, it's almost over with because he punches that good.
Cotto not active right now as Ndou gets off 5 shots in a row and lands